Hi. I apologize. I wasn't available at 8 a.m. this morning. My first priority needed me to drive her to school. And so I'm here at the studio now and I'm ready to do some yoga. I really hope that I'm helping bring yoga into your life because it's been one of the most important things of mine, helping me be more healthy, more present, more at peace for myself and everyone else in my life, including that first priority I mentioned. So, what I'm going to do this morning is just start my practice and share it with you as I go. I know the first thing that I need to do is my neck exercises. So, I'm going to tuck my chin, hang my head. I feel that in the back of my neck. I'm going to breathe into it. Exhale, releasing tension. Again, inhale. Exhale, releasing tension, rounding down a little bit and back up. And then I support my head weight with my hands and I bring my chin in again while bringing maybe my elbows open and my head back, supporting that head weight with the hands, stretching from the base of my skull longer, lengthening out the vertebrae, breathing deeply. Might have to bend your knees to make sure there's no arch or pinching in your low back. Just warming up your neck. We stretch it front first, and that lengthens the back of the neck muscles, and then we stretch it back. Preparing for little back bends, stretching it out further. Okay, so we've got it stretched to the front and the back. We'll do a little massage. Massage the back of the neck, massage the back of the shoulders. I'm so wowed by the increased range of motion that I have after massaging my shoulders. I'll show you more about that here in a minute. We've got some shoulder rolls. We're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale and behind you and clasp the hands to open. Exhale the arms over to one side. We can do this side first. Chin in, tall to the crown of the head. And so we got our hands over to this side. Chin in, tall to the crown of the head. We're going to, nope. I'm waking up. Okay, we're going to stretch out the side of the neck where the shoulders pulled down, even if you're just gently holding it down like this. Breathe, releasing tension as you exhale. Again, really let go of tension. It's the only way to become more flexible, is to let go of that tension. Releasing the head around and down. Inhaling up. Exhale, clasp the hands and stretch. All right, bringing the arms down. We're going to inhale, exhale, clasp the hands and stretch back, opening that heart and the shoulders. And then hands over to the other side, chin in, tall to the crown of the head, and ear over shoulder. Releasing tension. With your breath, you can envision stretching this area out. Exhale, releasing tension. Oh, you know what? It's not the right one. Bring it over here. Okay, now the shoulders down. Releasing tension. It's hard to talk and chew gum at the same time, you know? So anything you got to do to bring that shoulder down, move your head around to get just the right stretch, breathe into it. Exhale, releasing tension. Okay, inhaling up. I like to clasp my hands behind my head and do this again. Again, bending the knees to bring the tail down. Okay. So alternatively, you can just do some neck circles. What we just did is like before the neck circles, making sure that your head is stretched out so that then the neck circles go more smoothly. Okay, so my head's on straight. Still a little tense back there, but we'll work it out in the yoga. My shoulders, I know I do these wall stretches because it helps bring them back. Otherwise, like most people, I've got a tight pec minor here that'll bring my shoulders like this, especially because I was sleeping on my side last night. So I know this wall looks a little funny. Looks like I'm like hugging myself or something, but I don't feel like going over to the other one today. So we're going to stay right here. Inhale, your toes to the wall, your nose to the wall, and your arms out wide if you're following along with me. And then exhale, turning. Isn't this weird? I know this is really weird, but whatever. It's kind of fun. I'm going to take this hand and press on your pec minor. Okay, it is really distracting with me looking at myself here. I tell you what, I'll bring this over. How do you like the yoga studio? It's very nice, right? Okay, so you can use a wall, you can use a beam like this. You're just using something to anchor your arm back so you get the stretch right here. Inhale into it. Exhale, releasing tension. You can go up, and it'll tend to get tighter when you go up. And this is where I start massaging the back of the shoulder blade too. You can go down, usually it's easier down. So finding your range of motion, and mine's pretty good until I get about right up here. And where I feel it, so like once you get to a place where you feel tension, pay attention, where is that spot? For me, it's right back here. So then what I'm going to do is massage right back here where it's restricted. Breathing deeply, using my breath to help my muscles relax as I massage them. So you find something, you press into it, you inhale, embracing and stretching out in that area, exhale, releasing tension. And that goes away. Then you were pressing on it before and it was hurting, but now you're pressing on it still and it's not hurting because you used your exhale to release it. Do that again. There's another tight area back here. Press. Inhale. Exhale, release. Okay, so now that that's feeling better, once I've massaged it out, go ahead and anchor my arm again. Inhale, exhale. Let's see how I do. Yeah. Now I've got a lot more. Now I've got to go. Now I get through that area. I get all the way up here before I start feeling something. It's more back here. So now I'm going to move my self-massage back here. Work out whatever was keeping me from having my full range of motion. Inhale. Exhale. If you come in for Thai body work with me, it's a lot of assisted stretching, and it's this kind of thing where I'm pushing for you and I'm asking you to inhale and exhale, releasing tension. I go through the whole body, systematically finding areas that are tight, pressing on them and asking you to breathe through it. Also, there's some assisted stretching. So you might have seen like the hamstring stretch where somebody's like lifting your leg up and they're like, breathe. Exhale, releasing tension. So when you walk out of Thai body work, you're stretched out. And you've breathed through it. So it's not like a painful stretch. It's like breathe through, release the tension, walk out all loosened up. But for right now, I think I've got mobility back in this shoulder. Inhaling. Still a little tight up here. So I'm going to breathe through it. Really focus on releasing tension with your breath. Inhale, stretching into the area. Exhale, releasing that area. And I can come back in an hour or two and do more. If I'm not able to release it right now, that's probably what I'll do. But every day I've been noticing I've been getting more and more flexible by doing this. And you will, as long as you don't stress yourself out. Like if I come into this stressful place and I just stay there and I go on, then I might actually come back less flexible. But if I use my stretch, my exercise and movement to find what's tight, and then I consciously release it, then tomorrow I'm going to come back more flexible. Okay, so going to the other side. If you were at a wall, you'd inhale, toes to the wall. Exhale, turning. And what I'd advise you to do is just turn out a little bit. Turn your toes turn your toes to where you get just a little bit of a stretch here, because that's easier to release. And remember, if you don't release it, you're just going to be tighter afterwards. So inhale, exhale, releasing tension. See, I'm pretty good. Again, from even down, I feel pretty good. Some deep breaths. Exhale, releasing. I can use my hand to massage it out a little bit more. I hope you guys are doing this at home too. This is not, this is not meant to be a spectator sport. Now, exhale. Oh, that feels good though. I hope that you are massaging the back of your shoulders because it feels really good. And then greatly increases your range of motion. And how I know is because I've tried this at a wall. What I'll do is I'll lean my back against the wall, and you can do this at home too, and try it. Press your whole back, low back, flat, and bring your arms up like snow angel arms coming up, and see where your arms are at, like how far forward they are, how tight they are. And then do this practice where you open up and you massage wherever it's tight, and then try again. And you'll notice your arms are like 2 inches further back than they were before. So you know right away that you're getting those benefits. But start slow, move the toes, and the knees and hips will follow, getting that stretch just a little bit at a time. Sorry if this is boring. This is just what it takes. It takes time. After this, we're going to do some cat-cow, or I'm going to do some cat-cow exercises on the mat, and then I'm going to sit in meditation for a little bit. First, I'm just doing my morning routine, sharing that with you, how I open up my neck and back and shoulders. So remember, if you find any areas that are tight, breathe into them. Exhale, releasing tension. Doesn't hurt to go get a massage either. Just teaching you that you can do a lot of this on your own. If you want a massage, there's a great one at the other end of the room for me right now. Amanda Greer with Back to Basics, Holistic Health Massage here in Dixon, Illinois. She works out of the Traditional Wellness Center just like I do. So I do the body work, which is systematic compression and assisted stretching. And if you really need somebody to get in there to those muscles and work them out, then that would be Amanda. I'm going to do more of this stretch here. So the stretch that we do in the morning, we're just getting the side of the neck. You can reach your head around and get more of the back of the shoulder blade. See, I've got my hands anchored here. Sorry this is taking so long. Probably because I'm trying to talk while I do it. Let me just inhale and exhale. Let's try again. Yeah, I have to come back to this in a couple hours when I'm not talking. A little better though. All right, so moving the laptop over here to my mat. So when we do that, when we do those wall stretches, what we're doing is opening up our heart. And then when we do our cat cow, which I can actually do sitting here, and I do have a meditation cushion that would be easier. And I'd recommend for those of you at home that have trouble sitting crisscross applesauce, you can inhale arching like this, exhale rounding like that. So you can continue doing it this way if you're sitting. Inhale, exhale. Or if you like to get on all fours and your hands and wrists are good with that, then you can get on all fours here. Inhale. I'm going to put the tops of my feet down, bending the elbows, but keeping them tucked into my body, close like this, not out. So I'm going to inhale, arching. Exhale, rounding, tucking the tail, tucking the chin, rounding everything up. Inhale, arching. Exhale, rounding. So continue on at your own pace. I'm not sure about this video this morning, if this is good for you guys, but I'm just going to do a few of these before I sit down and meditate, and you're welcome to stretch out however you need to, and then sit down with me, enjoying meditation together. I also feel like stretching out a little active moving dog, we'll call it, this morning. So I'm going to take my socks off so that my feet will stick to my yoga mat. And I'm going to press back to down dog. Turning your elbows towards the mat wraps your shoulders in a healthy way. You can bend one knee at a time, bend one elbow at a time, opposite elbow and knee. Maybe increase the distance between your hands and feet, and then press way back, pressing your weight away from your hands, wrapping those shoulders and the knees a little if you need to. Releasing the neck, releasing any neck tension. And then a little stretch. I'm going to put my knee up. Let's see if I can push this back a little so you can see that. Okay. You can switch feet, stretching down dog scissors and the knee up there. You can kind of see stretching. All right, so now my back is feeling pretty good, stretched out the front and the back. But what about side to side? So there's another version of cat cow that's side to side. You've probably seen my Halloween cat video might have showed that, or cat part 2. But so what you do with that is you're making a C curve on one side of your body and stretching out the other side. And we could do that sitting, like a neck stretch, but I think it's better to do it on hands and knees. So I'm going to inhale, long and tabletop, exhale, squeezing one side of my body. It's called puppy wags its tail because you can picture you're looking over your shoulder and grabbing your tail. Exhale, lengthening. Inhale, exhale to the other side. Go at your own pace, inhaling through a neutral spine, exhaling, squeezing one side. If you want further stretch, you can straighten the leg. What do I have back there? Straighten the arm. And you can do one side more than the other. Like, a lot of us have one side that's easier than the other, so we work on the side that needs the work. Keep breathing. And I feel like stretching my calves some more. So I'm going to go ahead and press up in a down dog again. My hips, I like to swing my hips from side to side. I actually notice a little tightness in this hip. So I'm going to figure out, well, how can I stretch that out? What if I were to do this side as well with that straight leg and the straight arm? So you're probably like, what? What is she doing? It's actually not a yoga pose. It's just something I've made up. So, um, so I'm going to take my far away hand and leg and stretch them. So that stretches out the whole left side of my body. Breathing into it. The most important step, exhale, releasing tension where I was feeling it in that hip. Breathe and release. I've heard that pain is just resistance to what is. Pain is resistance. So if you can find those areas of resistance in you, whether they be physical, mental, emotional, breathe through them. Embrace and accept what is. Exhale, releasing the tension. You can't address it if you're not accepting it, right? So, taking that tight hip and saying, okay, I see you. I acknowledge you. You're tight. I'm going to address it. I'm going to breathe into it, embrace it. Exhale, letting go of the tension. Let it go, and it goes away. So I do want to go get my sit cushion to show you guys. Makes it so much easier to sit. And these things are hugely expensive. They're on, what are they called? They're called Cosmic cushions. They're like $75 online, which is why I haven't yet bought a whole bunch of them for the yoga studio, but I plan on it. So it's a cushion that props your hips up higher than your legs. So this is what it looks like. So it's taller back here, and then it angles down. So what that allows me to do is sit up tall, comfortably, with my hips higher than my knees. All right, so if you don't have one of those, because most people don't, you can roll up a yoga mat and put that underneath your butt. Some yoga teachers will say, pick up your butt, get those sit bones down. I'll sometimes cinch up my own yoga mat and just like kind of cinch it under my butt. But you might want to have something to help your hips be higher than your knees. Maybe sit in a chair and scooch forward so you can get your feet flat on the ground and be comfortable. We're going to meditate for maybe 5 minutes. How's that sound? So, all right. Shoulders back and down. Chin in, tall to the crown of the head. My hair out of the way. Anything else that needs to be stretched out? Like if you feel you need a side stretch, you can get one. If you need more rounding, arching, you can get that. Once your body is comfortable and you can sit up nice and tall in stillness and comfort, engage your diaphragmatic breathing, sitting the diaphragm down. Exhale, letting that float back up. Scan through your bodies or any adjustments you need to make, any postural changes so that you're more comfortable. Any internal things that you need to let go of. So for me, I'm holding myself up. There's some muscles that I'm using to hold myself up, sitting up tall, but there's other muscles I can just relax. Like if my shoulders are tense for no reason, they're not holding me up in this sitting position. I need to just breathe through. Exhale, release. The inhales, the diaphragm goes down. We grow taller through our crown. Exhales, the diaphragm floats up, and again, you grow taller. Just keep visualizing growing taller. With each inhale, diaphragm goes down. Exhaling, diaphragm floats up. You grow taller through both. You might start to picture energy going up and down as you breathe. I start with my diaphragm and I watch that. Sometimes it'll switch and the energy starts to go up with my inhales. You might notice a couple things going on. Just focusing on your energy, focusing on your breathing. Focusing on letting go of any tension in the physical body, any tension in the mental space, in the heart. Breathing through it, stretching out energetically with our breath. When you're focusing on the breath, just keep focusing, watching that energy rise up and down with your breath. Or just keep watching your diaphragm go down as you inhale, floating back up. See if you can go more slowly, more relaxed. If you start to think about anything other than your breathing, just gently bring yourself back to your breathing, releasing everything, including any thoughts that you have. Just letting them go, back to your breathing, observe. I'm going to try not to talk for a minute or two, so just observe your breath and enjoy the stillness. So something I want to share with you is that I watched myself watch my breathing, and I noticed that it was like a ball of energy Very slight, hard to notice, but like something that was going up as my diaphragm was going down. So it's like I had this that I was observing. I was observing the diaphragm going down, the energy, like two balls of energy, maybe like one that was connected to my diaphragm and one that was going in opposition to it. So it's like this inside me, obviously. And I was watching that, and then all of a sudden it stopped. And I was just in stillness. And was hardly breathing at all, just still. And that was a nice place to be, just still. I'm trying to say I kind of don't want to come out of stillness to talk, but I'm curious what your experience is. Please comment or email me at yoga is the number 4, the letter U, the number 2. Yoga is for you 2 at gmail.com. Stillness is worth practicing. And I don't need to tell you, you can tell me why. Why is it worth practicing to you? What do you get out of going into a place of stillness? How does it affect the rest of your day? How does it affect the decisions you make? The way in which you interact with yourself and everything around you, the people, the plants, the animals? Do you respond with more kindness? more awareness, more compassion? Do you respond with stillness? And that's what this is all about, is generating stillness within and coming from that place of stillness. I'd really like to hear what that does for you in your life. And is it worth this practice? Is it worth generating stillness to you? I know it is to me, and now I'll go through the day coming from a better place. Namaste.